Welcome back, everybody, to Comicsgate's Awesome. The establishment comics are terrible, and if you're a comics pro, you absolutely hate the fans. Welcome to Crow of Judgment, and today we are talking about Donny Cates begging for Comicsgate money. We're talking hashtag pencils down, and we're going to be going over a lot of the hypocrisy from these pros, from these industry professionals who are still, as their industry is collapsing around them, talking trash towards the fandoms, towards the characters that people love, and towards the fans themselves. Anyways, as you can see here, Donny Cates actually called in to Ethan Van Sciver's stream, essentially begging for a truce. Now we're going to watch that video, give our take on it, and then go through the absolute hypocrisy from these people. But before we do, please drop a like on this video, leave a comment. Even if that comment is, Crow, you're supposed to ask for us to subscribe before the comment, because as you know, all comments are great for the YouTube algorithm, and all subscriptions are amazing for the channel. Anyways, guys, let's go and watch this video. As we can see, looks like Donny Cates wants that CG money. Hashtag pencils down. Do you want it bad enough to unblock hashtag war campaign at Don Cates? Gotta start somewhere. Hashtag Comicsgate. Let's begin.
I do believe that if you and I could actually have a conversation, that we could come to some sort of accord where we can not hurt each other, and we could figure out, I don't know. That's the conversation, right? And look, you're not going to get this from fucking Scott Snyder. You're not going to get this from anybody else. Like, I'm actually trying to fucking, like, reach out to you here, all right? I'm sure that you and I disagree on a lot. I'm sure that there's a lot that we agree on, and I'd like to have that conversation.
All right, everybody, so, I mean, that's the video. I think what we're seeing here is Donny Cates is on the bargaining stage, and I believe we got, like, one or two more before we finally hit acceptance. Oh, man. Look, man, this is really funny to see. It is, but at the same time, like, why are you contacting Ethan Van Sciver with this, right? Like, I like EVS. I really do. I think he's hilarious on Twitter. I like his comics, but Ethan Van Sciver isn't going to suddenly come out there and say to everybody, "Oh, you know what? I was wrong. Let's make a truce with the professionals. Let's stop attacking each other." Because, well, one, that shit ain't gonna work with the fan base. It's not. You know, the fans aren't suddenly going to forget all the trash that you've talked. The fans aren't suddenly going to forget the garbage comic books and just decide, oh, well, you know what? We changed our mind. New Warriors is actually a good comic book. Food Consumer, Snowflake, Hot Topic are really legitimate superheroes. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to freaking happen here. But two, why would he even want a truce with you, even if he had the ability to make that truce with you? Because, I mean, your attacks haven't done anything to stop the success of Comicsgate. It hasn't done anything to stop the fans from going out there and donating money directly to their campaigns because they want to read these people's comic books and not yours. So this is absolutely pointless. It is the bargaining stage. It absolutely is. Now, it's really funny from Donny Cates calling Ethan Van Sciver up, begging for a truce, because this is a tweet from Donny Cates. What is this, like 6 months ago? Look at this. Dude, Jesus Christ himself couldn't make EVS relevant. Well, apparently Corona-chan could. I don't know. Oh, man. But look, guys. I understand where they're coming from. I understand the fact that they don't have money, that their comic books aren't selling, you know. But this isn't going to do anything. It's not gonna suddenly make me, someone who used to buy comic books literally every week. I would spend something like especially a couple of years back, even I would spend $20 to $30 a week buying comic books. Years before that, I was dropping nearly like $50 a week buying comic books. I mean, why would I just suddenly change my mind knowing the things that you have said about the fans, right? Like, not to bring politics into it, but you got Dan Slott there who just non-stop attacks people who like the president, right? Just doesn't stop. I mean, I get that that's your opinion. I get that you might not like those people, but they still read comic books. Why do you have to go out there and attack them repeatedly? So, I got some tweets that went out with the pencils down. We're just going to read through this. I'm blocked as well. I've been on Twitter for less than a week and have never engaged with Cates. Nothing of value is lost. Hashtag pencils down. Hashtag Comicsgate. I got caught up in a blockchain by @Donny Cates. Many of us did. Now, after he's called us nazies, he wants us to play nice while he tries to build his own platform for super chat money. F this gatekeeper. Hashtag pencils down. As you can see, you're blocked. How are you going to beg people to support you? How are you going to beg people to, come to a truce, read my books, let's all come together, when you go around and you still attack the fans? You still block your fans. And man, I'm not a fan of yours, right? But if I was a fan of your comic books and I'm following the wrong person that you ran a blockchain on, I'm sitting there thinking you got a problem with me now. I think there's no thought process here. Look at this one, right? And this is from Yellow Flash. Hashtag pencils down. Marvel and DC Comics colorist continues to push away more support. Comicsgate was and remains a hate group. I mean, piss off. I've had better conversations with people in Comicsgate than I ever have with the pros. Like, period. Like, I'm Muslim. I'm Arab. I'm an idiot sometimes, and I get along with people in Comicsgate all the time. I've had Yellow Flash on my channel before. I love Andrew Huerta. Tug. These are great dudes. EVS is a great dude. The people who savage me online is if I were to put hashtag Comicsgate on something and I get some weirdo who's a fan of frickin' New Warriors jumping out to say, blah, 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 you're a racist, Nazi, bigot, homophobe. Like, shut up. Like, who's the actual hate group? The people who are saying that you've destroyed the industry because you've destroyed the industry? Or is it the people who run out there and attack you non-stop for having a different opinion? How's this? The DC writer trying to insert herself in her hot take about Star Wars is probably because of hashtag pencils down and the need to stay relevant due to what's happening in the comic industry. That being said, many have probably corrected her lack of knowledge on an IP she has, I'm going to get no idea about. Let's look at this, right? Are you a Star Wars fan? Well, if you are, don't read this. This is Mags, right? The lady who gets a book canceled faster than she can freaking write a book. It's insane. Look at this. Anakin is a young, white guy who's been told he's special for half his life, but now he's 25 and sexually frustrated and angry that he isn't getting the recognition he thinks he deserves, so he immediately falls under the sway of a nazi. Honestly, if we look at him as an incel, his whole arc makes so much more sense. Please, please, please take my comic book and write a Netflix special for it. Please, please give me a movie deal. You stupid. Oh, man. Honestly, these are the same people who have spent 20 years bitching about Anakin, but now that I've complained about him, they've suddenly all, but Anakin got tons of poontang, and also he was the Force Messiah, as if that changes anything about the actual structure of the narrative. Do you even know? Oh my god. It hurts my head. I just did a video on this woke bullshit being forced into Star Wars, and here's this jackass. I mean, come on. This is a movie series where episode 2 ends with him slaughtering a bunch of innocent sand people, including children, and talking about how he should be a galactic dictator, and then expects us to spend another movie rooting for him. At the end of the day, Anakin is a brat who falls in the spell of space bad German guy because nobody is giving him what he, I'm going to say, wants. But, like, are you that big of an idiot? Like, not to get on a tangent on Star Wars, but there is so much freaking lore behind Anakin, and his trail towards the dark side is detailed in the movies. And I'll not the best detailing in the movies, but there is a ton of books. There's a ton of freaking comic books, all going and detailing Anakin's fall into the dark side. Hell, the TV show, Star Wars The Clone Wars, really details how Anakin falls from being a hero into just progressively becoming angrier and angrier with things. And this is your freaking take? Like, shut up, you stupid jackass. Especially now. Like, if you put this tweet out at the end of episode 2, I could understand. But no, we've literally had years to watch them develop that story, and this is your freaking hot take? You stupid idiot? Do you not understand this is why people won't buy your trash books? Do you not understand this is why you are constantly canceled and canceled and canceled and canceled? Not by the industry, obviously. I just mean nobody will read your books, so they have to freaking cancel them all the time. This is why the industry is failing. It's because of your dumb takes. It's because your inability to actually understand why people do not like you. Why people cannot stand you. Oh man, here's another one. From EBS. God, SJWs are stupid. Why worry about tomorrow when I can make all this money today? Which is also CG's critical weakness. I mean... Are you joking? Like, this girl has got to be independently wealthy of some sort, because her books never sell. Her books never sell. It's like, it's frustrating, right? Because, you know, obviously, I'm gonna admit, I can write stories. I cannot animate. I cannot draw. I am terrible at it. I got shaky hands and shit. But there are certain, like, narrative structures that most Comicsgate folks are able to follow, and they're able to tell consistent stories. Like, you see what these idiots write, and it's there's no depth to it. There's nothing to really keep you engaged and hooked into it. It's not like in the past, you know, and I give Mark Waid some credit for his Daredevil run way back when. I'm willing to appreciate it. I may hate the guy right now. Dan Slott. I hate this guy. I absolutely do. But I love Superior Spider-Man. I can give people credit even if I don't like them as a person, if they're capable of giving me a story that's good. These people, it's like a comic is good or bad, a writer is good or bad, an artist is good or bad, solely dependent on their ideology. I mean, that's... So, look, man, this whole thing with Donny Cates begging for a truce with EVS. EVS could come out right this very second and tell everybody in Comicsgate, you know what? Stop attacking them. Show them respect. You know, everyone's struggling right now. Donate money. Buy their books. Just try it out. And you know, my first response would be, I disagree. I completely disagree. I like you, EVS. I like your comics, but I would say absolutely not. I'm not going to suddenly forgive people who refuse to even address their fans with respect. You know, I don't need a bunch of white people living out in the city calling me a freaking racist and calling me a fucking bigot and a homophobe and a misogynist person. You know, I don't need that. You know, I grew up with that. I grew up after 9/11 hit this country, being talked down to, being treated like trash because of what I believed in, because I was Muslim. I'm used to this garbage from these people. You know, they say they want to be progressive and stuff. I remember it was the same, you know, liberal freaking Democrats and all this other crap that would talk the worst amount of shit about me. And then all of a sudden, when they started getting more woke, you know, quote unquote, they didn't turn around and show me respect. They literally were afraid that if you insulted Arabs, they would suddenly just, you know, explode themselves. That's what it became. These people have never stopped being the racist bigots that they go ahead and harass other people for being. Look at... Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm going off on a little bit of a tangent there, but I'm used to this garbage from people just like this, living out in the city with their heads up their asses in this little circular jerking squad hive mind where they all praise each other, where they all talk down about other people. I'm so sick and tired of this. You know, you want your comic books to sell? Here's the thing. Don't go to freaking EBS and beg for a freaking truce. Unblock the people that you are blocking on a daily basis. If you absolutely cannot stand these people, then maybe just follow the freaking Bambi rules. And if you don't have anything nice to say, shut the actual fuck up. That's all you need to do. If you could do that, I guarantee you more people would at least give your comic books a try, as opposed to looking at you and going, dude, this guy's calling us all fucking racist. Oh man. And you sit there and you really think EBS or Comicsgate or War Campaign are suddenly gonna fix it if they just suddenly get in line, if they suddenly call for a truce? It's never going to happen. Step 1, unblock people. Step 2, follow the damn Bambi rules. Step 3, stop writing trash like this, and this, and this, and this.